when are you looking at homes? Saturday and Sunday you're looking. So if I need to call my lender to get something, hey, I'll be back in the office Monday, 9 a.m. Thanks. Sorry, you're not getting that house. Wrong guy.
Okay. Agent B market update, Orange County real estate. Is now a good time to buy? It's now a good time to buy. What's going on?
It's a great time. it's a great time right now. I still get calls literally 3 or 4 times a week going, do you think it's a good time to sell my house? I'm just like, yes, it's a good time to sell your house. Okay. Because every house right now we're selling has got multiple offers on it. I just put one in the escrow on Friday, $100,000 above our list price.
Wow.
So it's a good time to sell.
Yeah.
Is it a good time to buy? Yes, but I have to tell you, just like I tell everybody else, you have to be realistic with what you're getting or what you're expecting, because you have to manage your own expectations. I can only do so much, because I've now had like 3 or 4 buyers this year tell me that, if they don't get their offer accepted on a house or something like that, they're just going to take a break for the rest of the year. I'm like, okay, we can do that. And I explain the same thing. Like I keep telling them, like when we first met, I tell you, we're not trying to buy a car. I'm not trying to sell you a car. I'm not just trying to get you into something and move on. If you want to be patient, we can be patient, and that's fine. But what you have to understand is when writing offers on a house, like let's say the house is listed at $550, that is not where the house is going to land, especially when you show up for your showing and there's 8 other parties that are waiting to get in. You look at the showing time app and it's just like a bunch of blocked out time slots and they're all black. And there's like one, and you take the 1 15-minute slot you can get. So it's a good time to buy for buyers because interest rates are super low. And that means you have more buying power. But it's a difficult time for buyers. It's not that it's a bad time, it's a difficult time, I think would be a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Because right now there's so much competition with buyers that everywhere you go, you got it. If you want to compete, that's one thing. I mean, Grant Cardone, the very famous realtor, or commercial guy and motivational speaker, always said, if you want to compete, you can compete, but you need to be able to dominate. And to dominate, you've got to be prepared to dominate. That means you've got to be willing to go above and beyond what everybody else is doing. So if there's a house out there that you want that's $750,000 and your budget is $850, I'm not saying you should offer $850, but we run the comps. If the comps say that house is $750, I bet it's going to go to $780 or $790 or more. So you've got to be prepared to write that higher offer. Now, I wouldn't suggest this to everybody, because if you're going to buy it to sell it in 2 years, I don't know, it'll probably go up in value in that time if we don't have a recession or whatever else, which we can't predict, of course. But if you're planning on being in for the next 20 years, you're buying the mortgage. You are buying the mortgage. So if you have a mortgage that you're comfortable with and is better than what you'd be renting, so let's say your payments are going to be $3,500 a month for this house or whatever it is, or $4,000 for this house, where you could rent a house for $3,500. Is it better to buy it? Probably.
Yeah.
It's only a few $100s more a month and you own the house. But you have to be prepared to go to that level. You have to be prepared to dominate, not just to compete. If you want to compete, we're going to put offers on 15, 20 homes. You're never going to get it. You are going to get frustrated with it. And that's why I keep telling people, don't get frustrated, number one. Number two, don't just start putting offers on homes because you haven't gotten an offer accepted. Because I'll be the first one. I've told clients before, no, let's not write an offer. Because again, I'm not trying to sell you a car.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to close you. That's not my job. My job is to try to get you the best house at the best price and the best terms that you are comfortable with and that you want. And so and we even did it 20 years ago when we bought our house. We put offers on like 8, 10 homes and didn't get them. That was 2002 when the market was crazy. It wasn't crazy like it is now. It was crazy back then. And my wife's like, let's just put an offer on this one. And we didn't even like the house. I was like, oh, pump the brakes, lady. Let's not just buy it because we're frustrated, So that's the thing. So when the buyers come to me and they say, look, we're going to take a break, I always tell them the same exact thing. Well, don't take a break. Just keep looking. And if something pops up that's in your price range, let's go take a look at it. But let's not just have crazy expectations that the first house you love we're going to see, we're going to buy it. But don't stop looking and give up. Why would you do that?
No sense.
You know, it's like learning how to walk or learning how to speak a language or whatever else, or learning math or how to write. You don't just go, I'm frustrated, I'm done. You know,
it sounds like it's more a marathon now rather than
it absolutely is a marathon right now. It's a sprint to get ready.
Yeah.
But that's a marathon after that. We talked about this in one of my other videos, that one of the things you absolutely have to do as a buyer is you have to be prepared. And one of the top things you have to do is find a lender that can remove contingencies in the shortest amount of time, that will allow you to put a full file together. Some of these places won't do that. Like some of the credit unions, the big banks, they don't do that. They have a partial file together, so they won't allow you to remove those loan contingencies early. You have to find a lender that allow you to do that, because then you're going in almost as good as cash. Maybe you have a traditional lender that's like, oh, I need 15 days, 20 days to get you full loan approval. Find somebody else right now. Even if the rate is a little higher somewhere else, find somebody that'll get you the house, because the lender needs to be responsive. And plus the big banks, like we talk on our webinar, cawebinars.com, it's this Thursday night. But as we talk at the webinars, the big banks, one of their disadvantages, they don't do that. Another one is they don't work on the weekends. When are you looking at homes?
Yeah,
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
You're not looking on Wednesday, and you might be, but Saturday and Sunday you're looking. So if I need to call my lender to get something, hey, I'll be back in the office Monday, 9 a.m. Thanks. Sorry, you're not getting that house. You know, I can refer you to some great lenders, obviously, but you know, if you have one too, get me in touch with them so I can tell them how I work. I've called some of these lenders and asked them a very simple question. When can we remove loan contingencies? I just had a lender go, well, what do you mean by that? I'm just like, wrong guy. You don't know what loan contingency is? It's when you tell me that they have conditional loan approval. That's what that is. It's like, oh, please help me. You know? But I mean, that's the market right now. Orange County is one of the hottest markets in the country right now. And houses, you know, like I had a client that looked at a house last week on like a Friday, and I was just talking to somebody on the phone today and asked me, oh, how about that house right down the street from us? I said, that's already in escrow. They went into escrow at 9 o'clock this morning. They just went on the market like Thursday last week. So they went through the weekend, got like 30 offers, and boom, took somebody to open escrow this morning. You know, that's how it's going to be. I've got a listing coming up this week in Anaheim. We're going to be on the market this week, and probably I'm hoping for the same thing.
Yeah.
And then next week I got another one in Anaheim, and we're going to be on through the weekend, and then hopefully the same thing. I mean, because we're pricing it to sell it, but we know the price is going to go whoop. We have a ton of people because there's so many buyers that are desperate to buy a house right now, and they're not thinking, you know, or they have the ability to go ahead and pay more for a house because they're going to stay in it for long term. You got to be in it for long term, not just looking, but you got to be in it for the long term, living in it. Not a lot of hot deals out there. I have people all the time going, hey, if you find a really great deal, let me know. I'm like, I'll let you know.
Yeah. No, it's,
Stay by your phone. Okay.
The deals were pre-pandemic.
I get lines on my forehead and everywhere else. Oh.
Okay. Cool.
That's the market update for Orange County, everybody.
Yeah, things are hot.
Hot is not the word. Things are on fire like the color of your glasses, my friend. That's where they're at.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And we'll return another time to
get, absolutely. Hey, let's check in again. And next week it'll be the same thing.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you. Orange County Market Reports. There it is. Why are you still here? I mean, I guess you must have loved that video. So if you did, look over there, click right over there, and check the next one out. Maybe it's just as good. You never know. All right, that's it. Gotta go. See ya.